go. Now we're going to, like we said before, we're going to jump into a little off-season stuff. This is the fun stuff. The fun things.
This is Josh's, as you've seen on the YouTube, and even the Orlando Magic pod, he loves this. But we're gonna start.
No, I got this.
No, we're gonna start.
We're gonna start. No,
we're gonna end with the big one.
No,
that's a big one.
We're going from.
We're gonna end with the big one. We're gonna
we-
end with the big one.
We are going from least likely to happen to most likely to happen.
But these are just situations.
So Jalen Brunson is going to start.
Okay.
Because, in my opinion, Brunson's going back to Dallas.
Okay, then we agree.
I don't think Brunson's leaving. I think, honestly, his best scenario is to leave.
No.
Yes.
If he wants to win, he needs to stay.
I think if you go to New York, which is like his other option, it's New York or Dallas.
Yeah.
I think if you go to New York, you give yourself a chance to become a superstar and win in the East.
But he's getting paid.
Would you rather be the second fiddle?
He's not.
It's all. You're getting paid no matter where you go. So, would you rather be behind Luka the rest of the next 4 or 5 years, or would you rather be the star?
So you're saying he's the star in New York if he goes?
Yes.
Over R.J. Barrett.
Yes.
And Julius Randle.
Yes. I think he would be the most talented player on the team.
Over R.J. Barrett.
Yes.
Okay.
I love Jalen Brunson.
I know. I love him too. It's just we're talking about like.
So you're saying that R.J. Barrett has had more production than Jalen Brunson? No.
No.
Exactly.
But R.J. Barrett.
It's like Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam. I think Fred VanVleet's a better player.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like this?
That's just.
I think that Jalen Brunson's a better player than R.J. Barrett. So he would be the star. Because he would be the best player.
I don't think he'd be the star, but I don't think he'd be the best player either.
Who do you really think R.J. Barrett is better than?
I think he'd be the third best on that team.
You think that Julius
I
Randle?
think Julius Randle and Brunson would be pretty close.
Bro, Julius Randle had 0 production this year.
No.
Yes.
He had like 18 a game.
I think if Jalen Brunson is the top guy, he could get 25 a game.
I think he.
What's his usage rate, too, compared to Jalen Brunson's usage rate?
Yeah,
You're
that's
changing
valid.
this whole conversation, first of all.
That's
This
valid.
was not the conversation.
What?
That Julius Randle's better than Jalen Brunson?
I'm not saying that he is. I'm just saying.
Jalen Brunson is a max contract player.
So is Julius Randle.
A top 35 player in the NBA.
Whoa. Top 30.
40 to 35, yes. Julius Randle's 50.
I don't think it's that far of a jump. This isn't the
10
conversation.
players?
This is not the conversation.
Well,
We both
because
agree-
you're going after my argument.
Well, we both
And it's getting me mad.
we both agree Brunson's going to stay.
Yeah, he's not leaving because
But
it's in
like,
a good situation, you know.
I
but there's
the
a
situation is-
possibility. That's what I'm trying to say. Because if you want to be that guy, you would leave. You're
But
getting money no matter where you
Would
go.
he be that guy in New York?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Because
Are you saying he needs Luka? But Julius Randle's apparently like the god.
I didn't
So-
say that. I said RJ is the best player on that team with or
You
without
see what this
Brunson.
dude did in the first round?
I did.
Did you see what Julius Randle did in the first round
He
last
did
year?
last year, yeah.
Yeah, you saw what he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But RJ
Laid in 8.
RJ is blooming. Alright? Getting into his own. When RJ gets into his own, he's gonna be very good. Like
He would be the point guard of the New York Knicks.
But like at the same time,
The
you're
point guard.
You're in Dallas.
He would be the most important player on the Knicks.
Yes, yes, I agree with that. 100%. Most important, not the best.
He would be
Most
the best
important.
player, so yes. In my opinion, he would be the best player on the Knicks.
Okay, you're entitled.
I
to
think
your
they're
opinion.
both too inconsistent. Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett.
But RJ's young. Brunson's 27.
That's no way. There's no way he's 27.
Brunson.
25.
Oh, 27.
Shut up.
He'll be 28 next season.
28? How are we jumping from 25 to 28?
He just acts like an old man.
Because he was at Nova for like 7 years.
Yeah.
He's been at Nova since he was 12.
Yeah.
Like,
alright, but okay. So we're talking off-season. I think he stays. I think he
yeah, we
continues
both
to
think
be
he stays.
that great second option for Dallas that's alongside Luka, that when Luka comes off the floor, he's the guy. He's able to go out there, control the offense. New York's offense and defensive scheme, I just don't think fits Jalen Brunson beyond the point of him being the ball handler that sets and controls offense.
Because now they don't have a point guard, so they don't use their point guard. They use
Derrick
Alec
Rose.
Burks. Exactly. Alec Burks is literally Jordan Clarkson.
I think
He's a scorer off the bench. He's a Jordan Clarkson player. I call those players Jordan Clarksons.
okay.
He doesn't play like Jordan. He's not a Jordan Clarkson clone because Jordan Clarkson is an athletic freak that could learn how to score the ball.
Yes.
Alec Burks is just a scorer.
Yes.
He's a Jordan Clarkson player. That's what I call him.
Just
Okay?
say like
You're annoying me
a
now.
scorer off the bench.
You are annoying me because you're attacking my.
I'm
I'm saying that there is a possibility that he leaves.
What? All right, let's drop some.
restricted,
What
right?
about some different situations? I think he's unrestricted. GM, you're supposed to know this. I think he's unrestricted. I think he's on. But he has bird rights, so they can sign him to whatever. And
There's not many teams with money, so
New York, Toronto might free up some dough, right?
no, it's not a fit.
You don't think so? Him and Fred.
Him
in
and
the
Fred
backcourt?
VanVleet. Okay, you want to go
We have
like?
different team building ideas, I guess.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna go. Literally, we're gonna put out the digits.
But everybody else is 7 feet tall. 6'8" and up club.
Exactly.
You
You want to be
can-
like?
You can live with 6'1" and 5'10" as your backcourt. That'd be.
Oh my gosh. They're the same player too.
They'd be pretty good together, I think.
I don't think so.
His
His best compliment is Luka. That's his best. His best option is in Dallas,
yeah,
and
But-
he's the best compliment to Luka.
yeah.
Unless,
What if he ends up in Philly?
what if it's a sign and trade in New York or to Chicago? Zach Levine for him.
No, too many guards in Chicago. Like too many point guards in Chicago between Lonzo and
If it's
Caruso. Like that's a lot of guards.
I feel his
Right.
best decision is either Dallas or New York
We agree then.
because he doesn't fit in Charlotte,
Yeah.
doesn't fit in Atlanta.
Yeah.
There's not many other teams making big moves.
Maybe Utah. With some
Phoenix. Make something happen.
6-man.
Starter. CP off the bench.
Wow. But all right, to end this part of,
Brunson's going back to Dallas.
he's staying in Dallas.
I'm just saying this for argument's sake. Now we could go to your buddy Zach Levine.
Should we do OG first? You said
You
you
want to do OG?
Let's do OG first.
Okay. I wasn't prepared for OG. So OG Anunoby is apparently on the trading block in Toronto. He is not a free agent.
He's not a free agent.
You thought he was a free agent. But there's rumors that Denver was looking to go out and try to get OG Anunoby.
Hold up. The Raptors are not looking to trade OG Anunoby.
Were these rumors fake?
I'm gonna just you keep going. I'm
Okay, then
figure
we're
this
gonna
out.
cut this out.
No, nobody knows. We can keep going. We'll actually just restart.
This is why we don't read titles.
Just restart.
Judge them.
Restart.
No, we're gonna keep this in. We're going to keep this in.
There's a thing, some hoop hype They said the Raptors said that. All right. So OG Anunoby. We're gonna
cut this out.
We're gonna talk about him as a
Denver
player.
Nuggets is one OG Anunoby. We don't know if the Raptors want to trade him, but Denver wants to try to get OG Anunoby, and I really like that fit for Denver.
Depends on what they're giving up, but yeah.
Because he would be like what this is a little bit of a throwback, and they're a different team than they were now, but like a Gary Harris, what Gary Harris was for them.
OG and
They're a
Gary
different
Harris
team
are
now.
very different players.
But it would be that role,
I guess.
that like fourth option.
Yeah, he'd be fifth. No, he'd be fifth option if everybody's healthy.
Aaron Gordon?
I would give Aaron Gordon the ball over OG.
Over OG Anunoby?
They're so.
I love what OG Anunoby did in the
Those
playoffs.
two players offensively are so similar, and defensively they
But-
both guard.
I feel like Anunoby's more like better with the ball in his hands on the wing.
I think that they
On the
both could,
perimeter.
in Orlando. Aaron Gordon was able to do all the same
In
things.
Orlando and in Denver.
But like he just doesn't get the touches. His touches now are open threes and cuts off of Jokic. You know what I mean? That'd be like he wouldn't have the in the offense.
Yeah, none of them would. I feel like that would benefit OG Anunoby. I think he's better off the ball than he is on the ball.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So like having someone like Jokic and Jamal Murray.
I think Denver's best bet would be to get as much shooting.
Yeah.
And I don't think.
I think that would be
OG 's-
kind of. What did he shoot?
I don't think OG is like that guy to be a floor spacer like that. Over his career, he's shooting 37%, so league average about. His 2-point percentage is 47 throughout his career. Last year, he shot 44. He averaged 17 points per game on 48 games. Not a big playmaker. He's a hell of a defender, though. Like,
Yeah,
the
like,
guy
that
could
would
guard
fit.
1 through 5.
But that's what they need. That's what Denver needs, and I think he would thrive in Denver. Like, I think Denver is a perfect option for him, but at the same time, like, why'd you just give me that look?
Is that you moving? Oh, I keep thinking it's outside. I'm like,
Someone's
what's
in here
going
or
on?
something?
Yeah, you got me tweaked. Like, that noise sounds like it's coming from there. Yeah, doesn't that sound like it's...
I think that Denver is the perfect option, or perfect situation. That would be a perfect situation for OG.
I think it's a good fit. I like him in Toronto more. I like him
I mean, yeah,
staying.
he's already good in Toronto.
That's
I think
what,
he
like-
could be better though. And Denver, he wouldn't have better numbers because there's too much. There's a ton of. I think it would help Denver too with that transition to get those guys back in the swing of things, type of thing.
I think his fit in Toronto is perfect. I don't think he'd be better in Denver. I think he'd be worse.
I don't know.
In terms of just overall, I don't think he would have the opportunity to impact as much.
He would have, yeah, because he would, like, that's obvious. They have more weapons.
Yeah.
I think that he would be a better player though. This is what you're saying about Draymond Green. He doesn't put up numbers, but he makes when he plays. It
Yeah,
would be
I
the
don't
same
think
thing.
OG's that guy though.
I think he is.
And then, from watching him
I don't know
play,
if it's
I
just
think
like
he wants his numbers.
if it's just me like stereotyping like an undrafted player, like he would like fight for this type of stuff, or I feel like he kind of showed it. And
I don't think he's built not to get like. I don't think he's built like to be that.
I don't think
he's offense. He's not a playmaker. So if you're expecting him to be,
he'll be off the ball.
and he's not catch and shoot 3-point like threat. Like he ain't a knockdown shooter. Defensively, he's gonna guard. Offensively, he's not a great player. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know what he'd bring to Denver that they don't already have in like Jeff Green. I think Jeff Green is better at what they need rather than OG Anunoby. I think OG Anunoby tries to do too much and wants the ball, like he wants to upgrade rather than downgrade. I think he'd be miserable in Denver in terms of just his role and like what he wants. Like I just like even him in Toronto, like he wants to get involved more in the offense. Like there's consistent talk about him wanting the ball more in his hands, wanting to create, wanting to do things. So I think Denver would take away from that. And I also don't think his skill set is in that category of him being a hub or him playing off the ball like that. Other than, I think he'd be great slashing off of Jokic. He's not a catch-and-shoot three-point threat like that. He's not going to dazzle you from three. He's going to be able to attack a closeout, but I just don't see him thriving in that role as much as...
You know who would be perfect in Denver? Who just so happens to also be better than Julius Randle? Mikal Bridges.
Yeah, now that would be a great fit.
But you're not getting Mikal Bridges.
No, you're not getting Mikal Bridges.
So you think I think he probably stays in Toronto, but
I could see
I like the fit in Denver.
I could see like the Spurs maybe making a move, trying to bring him in because he is young. He's 24.
Today I was seeing, and we'll talk about Aiden, but I was seeing Keldon Johnson and Jakob Pertl in their first round pick, the 9th pick for
really
for Aiden.
Wow,
it's like that's a lot.
Wow, I don't know how you don't take that, to be honest, but
like just like a mock deal.
I could see. We'll talk about Ayton, but I could see the Spurs. I could see maybe Portland.
I could see Portland.
Because
they want to trade that 7th pick.
There's teams that need somebody to be a third option. Like I think OG Anunoby in his like fullest, greatest role would be a third option offensively, where he could be a ball handler, where he could try to create scoring opportunities for himself, and then defensively be that first guy, be able to guard the best player. Phoenix has a lot of guys. Like he wouldn't.
Depending on what you have to give up in a DeAndre Ayton trade, if you need it.
Maybe.
Because they will give up Shannon. They'll give up other, that's a wing that they would give up. There's a lot of silent trades that they would give up Cam Johnson.
I think Mikal would be a third option over him. I think him being a fourth option, I think that would make him miserable. Because he wouldn't have the touches.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking out loud.
I know.
You don't have to attack me like you've been all podcast.
Wow.
We can go to the next one, though. Which would you like to do? Because both of these are probably definite.
Let's do Ayton. You brought him up.
So DeAndre Ayton's out of Phoenix. It's like a 95% chance he's leaving. But most teams do not have cap space, like we said earlier. So it's going to be a sign and trade to Phoenix, unless he signs. But if he signs, I think if he signs with someone, I think the only team that has the cap space would be
New York.
No, I think it's the Hornets that have the cap space.
Oh, really? Actually,
I think they would have to trade Gordon someplace else, but then they would have the cap space.
that seems attainable.
I don't know, but there's one team that has cap space. I can't think of it, but everybody else that's in the running for him and wants him is going to be a sign and trade. So, if you saw my video, I have a lot of sign and trade options. But what do you think is his best spot? Heck with you.
I like
the
Spurs.
I like the
Spurs the most.
I like the Spurs. You hate my New York Knicks take, but I kind of like the Knicks.
I just think because of Mitchell Robinson.
I think I have to trade Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, that would be part of the trade. I know, but I think that the Knicks need that type, like a Mitchell Robinson type player over a DeAndre Ayton type player. You know what I mean?
More of a shot blocker.
More of a shot blocker, like high motor guy.
I think DA is high motor on defense, not offense.
No,
maybe that's not. Well, yeah, no duh. That's why he sucked in the playoffs.
He's very inconsistent.
I think that Mitchell Robinson's the same way though.
No, when he plays hard.
When he plays,
he's just hurt.
Exactly. Would you rather a guy that's not hurt but kind of gives up half the time, or a guy that doesn't play half the time?
I would rather the guy that goes all out all the time.
Doesn't play half the time.
I think injuries will they're both young. Like I think especially Mitchell Robinson with his body.
They also said that about Greg Oden. Greg Oden.
Greg Oden was obese. Greg Oden was massive. I'm like Mitchell Robinson's a twig. Like I mean, like as Mitchell Robinson matures and puts on more weight, I think he'll be fine. Like in terms of injuries, like 60 games a year, 65 games a year, like I think should be really attainable in the future for him. So that's why, like, I think that the Knicks should keep somebody like that. Speaking though of OG Anunoby, my brain has been going since you said DeAndre Ayton. Like that might be a good thing for both teams. Like it'd be a big package from Toronto though.
Oh, it would be OG, like 5 picks.
You try to keep Siakam though, and then
Spicy
Siakam
P would
for-
probably have to be in it.
That's the thing. Like,
It would be OG. You need another bigger contract,
You
then
keep-
you need some young guys.
You would
like
keep
2 young
OG's
guys.
on a big contract.
OG, not big enough.
But like that's why, like you could probably throw.
OG, you need a $10 million contract, and then you need to throw 2 young guys and then probably a pick.
You gotta keep Siakam. Like I would say, in terms of like whatever you have to do to keep Siakam, you keep him to pair with Ayton.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that would be really good. Right?
It would be solid.
And then Trent.
You might have to give Trent. Well, if you're not giving up Fred, you're giving up Trent.
No, well.
The Suns would put Landry Shamet in it, or Torrey Craig. If you're a little bit over in the money.
It would be Trent, OG,
And then 2 young guys, like Flynn and somebody else. I don't know who else they got.
and then
Can't
throw
think of
picks.
that. One or two. It wouldn't be much picks. I don't think the Suns want picks.
I just think that the Fred, Siakam, Ayton combination of what they all offer would be really like incredible.
But at the same time, like you said earlier, you're not getting much out of Ayton.
no, not at all. But I think that that's a kind of system.
I don't think that fits in.
Fast pace.
Yeah, I don't think that fits in.
Really?
No.
I think that seems like to me,
The Suns are kind of fast paced, not like Toronto fast paced.
not even close. I think it
Because
pace,
Toronto
y'all were in
doesn't
the
do
bottom
half
10.
court offense.
Y'all were in the bottom 10 in pace.
But like that's because Chris Paul.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I think
their bench
Ayton would
their bench
thrive.
lineup when Ayton was in with the with campaign, like that's when he played his best. Probably just because he got the ball more.
Pace though. The pace
Like
of play
running.
complete. Yeah. So he would fit in Toronto.
That's what I said.
No, you said the fit wouldn't work. You said you don't think that would
No,
work.
I said Phoenix is pretty fast.
I am lost. But I think that would be a good fit. Maybe the Nurkic and him sign and trade swap. Portland.
I would die. That would be our worst trade.
Uh,
From what I'm seeing,
I don't know.
literally, I saw a mock trade today of Keldon Johnson, Jakob Poeltl, and the 9th pick
That's at the end of the day. I think the Spurs
for
could
him and
offer
Landry
the-
Shamet.
The Spurs could offer them like best.
Yeah, because I
for
love
him.
Poeltl.
I think that the Spurs and youth too, because they are very young. And then I think the Spurs also want a good big man with
I like
DeJounte.
after what we saw, we'll bring it up with Gobert. But after what we saw for the Atlanta, with Gobert,
yeah,
maybe Atlanta. They're willing to give up that much for Gobert.
Yeah, yeah. That Atlanta could be, yeah. That's
That
what.
would be amazing.
That'd
Could
be
you
a
imagine the
lot.
Suns' defense with that trade?
That'd be a lot of guys, man. Because like,
Hunter,
so
or
so
not
the
Hunter.
trade
Oh, yeah,
was
no.
Atlanta was giving up Herter, Collins,
Not
and
Herter.
Capella. Wasn't it
Who's,
Herter?
Who's the wing? I can't think of his
Hunter?
name. Hunter.
Oh, it was Hunter, Collins, and Capella for Gobert with
I might have read
picks.
it wrong.
No.
Is it
I
Hunter?
thought it was Herter.
Oh, I don't know.
It was either
Who's-
Herter or Hunter.
That's
with
still.
Collins and
I'd rather
Capella,
Herter actually.
and then a pick or 2 picks.
Their first round pick this year, which is a lottery pick, and then I think
No.
maybe a second.
Can't be a lot. They were in the playoffs.
They weren't. Oh, they were.
Yeah.
It was like a late.
It's
they had
mid first.
Yeah, it was somewhere in there.
For Gobert, but we're saying if that was for Ayton, that the Suns would be in a really good spot.
Yes.
I think you guys would have too many guys.
No, because we would have to put like Shaman or someone in there.
Well, still, you're
Shaman, and we're probably giving up Torrey Craig this year, summer.
But I think that the Suns' issue is that you have too many guys.
Right now?
I think in the playoffs this year, you had
no
so
one
many
showed
players
up.
That
The bench didn't show up. How the heck do we have too many players that the bench doesn't show up?
I think, like, you guys are probably the deepest team in basketball.
Yes.
Outside of Miami.
And no one showed up in the playoffs off the bench.
Like, you have Aaron Holiday.
They don't want to play.
You have Torrey Craig. You have Bismack. You have McGee. You had Shamit. You had, like, you were just, Cam Johnson's on your bench. You have all these guys just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like 7 deep, 8 deep, playoff time.
Yeah. Well, that's what you kind of got to do.
I know you have to do that in the playoffs, but I think, like, that
some
having
games they
so
win.
many players
Like 11
hurts
guys.
you when it comes to the playoffs. Because you have
I
to
don't
only
think so.
play 8 or 9.
I don't think so. Especially Bismack. Bismack doesn't care if he doesn't play. He's there for high morale.
Yeah, but that's not everybody's like that.
Let's think who's not playing. Well, Campaign had bad attitude once he wasn't playing.
Yeah.
Who was
Your
playing?
morale sank when the rotation shrunk up. The bench was kind of
No.
dead.
The bench sucked. No one showed up. Even the guys that played.
I mean, like, energy, like standing on the bench, clapping and stuff. It's kind
Yeah.
of dead in
no,
the Dallas
because they
series.
said that the reports that came out after the playoffs, like the team kind of hated each other in the playoffs.
Oh,
Like just what happened in Game 7 with Ayton.
all right,
and
let's get
Monty.
back on topic.
Yeah, Ayton and Monty got in a fight,
Yeah,
and now it's a trade.
yeah,
Like that's what happened.
yes.
The team got mad at each other. This is the stuff that happens from that. Instead of winning a championship, they could be in the Warriors spot right now, 3-2. But no, DeAndre Ayton doesn't want to play.
I
half
think
the
Boston
possessions.
beats you guys.
If we're playing at our best, no. No one beats us.
That's tough.
No. If we're playing like we were in the season,
All right.
no.
So Ayton, we both think the Spurs would be an awesome fit.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go to.
Actually, Hornets too.
I think Hornets need more of a Mark Williams type of player. But let's go to Chicago. There's a lot going on.
We just talked about Zach Levine.
We didn't talk about Zach Levine.
I swear. Why did we not talk about Zach Levine?
We didn't talk about Zach Levine yet.
I think Zach Levine stays.
Do you actually?
Yeah. Well, his best option is to stay.
Oh, I think his best option. Yeah, I agree. But I don't think
He's
he
not
stays.
getting anything. Is there actually reports coming out that he's leaving?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Why are you leaving that situation? Everybody loves you there.
I don't know why. I don't understand.
You're
the
basically
logic.
their first option, except for when DeMar DeRozan wants to play like an MVP player.
Most of the season.
Yeah, this season, yes.
Um,
But DeRozan's getting up there in age. You are Chicago. You've been there for the longest period of time.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I think he should stay, but I think top options for him would be Philly. Would be. You don't like the Philly fit? I think he'd be good there. I think he'd be good in. I just don't understand the Laker rumors. I don't think that.
Well, whenever somebody's leaving in free agency, the Lakers get rumors about it.
I do really like the Clipper idea that he will take less money and be a Clipper.
He's not doing that.
I'm just telling you what I see on Instagram and Twitter and stuff.
Okay, let me tell you some real ideas.
I'm just saying what I've seen.
I think Portland would be solid.
I agree.
Okay, no matter
I've seen that one.
No matter where you're going to be a second option.
Yes.
I think Portland would be solid. Charlotte, maybe. He'd be the scorer in Charlotte.
They
He doesn't fit Charlotte. This
sign
would
and
be
trade with
if
Rozier.
if Charlotte gets someone like DeAndre Ayton or Gobert, because then they would have to give up Bridges, and then I think then he would fit. What else did I see here that I like? I don't like Atlanta. That's the fridge. and I don't like Dallas.
I think Dallas is stupid because that means that they give up.
Well, if they lose Brunson, then
Yeah.
yes, I'm fine with that.
But
Also, you're getting Tim Hardaway back next year.
Yeah, you don't need Zach LaVine if you're Dallas. You really don't. You need Luka and the guards that you already have with the ball in their hands. Not Zach
So I like Portland, and I I kind of like.
What about
Portland,
the Spurs?
Portland gives them.
You don't think that that's good?
No. Portland-
DeJounte and him?
Getting Zach LaVine in Portland gives them somewhat of an identity again.
Yeah, I do like the Portland fit. I think like
Especially if they could again get someone like DeAndre Ayton too.
yeah,
Then they're a contender again.
that's like he's a guy that you add to your team, and I think it like turns very well. The Philly thing, I saw this. It has to pull like a massive sign-in trade. It was like kind of outlandish of what I've read, but I think the Philly fit I really like because
Are we talking Knicks sign and trade that I pulled up in my video? that
no,
you guys
it's
should check
just
out?
like a ton of roster movement between the two. Like a good bit of guys are swapping in that.
So you're just like trading teams.
Kind of, but it was like benches more than anything. But Harden wasn't in it, so it would have been
They keep
Harden, Levine.
So you give up everything except for Harden and
Embiid.
Embiid.
Yes, pretty much. And I was like, I thought that was a cool idea.
If you're giving up Maxey, I'm not doing it. If you're giving up,
You're giving up Maxey and Tobias, I think. Going
I'd give up Tobias Harris and I give up Thibault, but I wouldn't give up Maxey. I love Maxey.
I think
I'd give up
Maxey,
Harden, too.
Maxey's the future of the franchise.
I get
That's
Harden
why.
out of there.
I think Harden. That's a whole other topic with them. But I think that in theory, Zach LaVine could relieve pressure off of Harden, and also be a really good option for a two-man game with Embiid, and also give you a pure second side ball handler instead of having to do everything one-sided. In theory, I think it really works, depending on who the other two guys are.
For
on
like
the
a
floor.
year.
Hey, if they make this trade and they win a ring,
I don't think they win a ring with that though.
that's
I think
but
you make this trade and you maybe get conference finals.
That's a really good season, though.
You would trade your entire future for 1 year to get to the conference finals, not a ring.
I don't know. Would it be a 1 year? I don't think
One, possibly two, but Harden is like
Harden's the
decaying,
reason that's two.
living decaying.
That's what I just wanted to touch on that. I don't think it'll happen. I do like the Portland idea.
I think Portland, if he leaves Chicago, which I think Chicago is his best option, but if he were to leave Chicago, I think Portland would be the best option.
And then, do you not like San Antonio? Why don't you like San Antonio?
He doesn't fit their timeline at all.
He's 20.
It's like 28, 29.
It's not that old.
Yeah.
27.
27, 28. At least it was better than 28 and 25, and then randomly he turns 29 in a year.
but Zach LaVine,
He doesn't fit their timeline. though.
DeJounte is 24. It's not that much of a difference. I think he gives them the possibility of winning now without losing anyone. Keeping that roster and adding a 20-point per game scorer could be really good for them.
I think that San Antonio should keep going. And, try to get one of these young guys with,
All right, tell me
Ayton.
outside of DeJounte and Keldon.
I just don't like that direction for them.
They've
San
never
Antonio.
star hunted.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like this would be very different for them.
I just really want DeAndre Ayton to go to San Antonio. Because that signing trade would be lovely.
But all right, at the end
I
of
don't
the
like
day,
the
I
fit.
think
I don't like the fit.
Zach needs to stay.
Yeah. Will he stay? Well, since you're telling me there's rumors he's not. Maybe
There's a
he's not.
lot of rumors.
So, I think pick Portland. Portland might have money. They might know.
I think you'd have to sign and trade.
You'd have to sign and trade probably.
But now
I think he's a better fit too with Dame than CJ was.
Yeah, just to have size.
Mm-hmm.
To have size next to him instead of like two guys that are.
No, there would be zero defense on that team. But
I think that they did a good job with those trades, like to have a guy like Josh Hart. this wrapped up with technical difficulties and
Not technical difficulties, Jacob's mental difficulties, because he put this on a time lapse. We did this for your second time, and he goes, oh, I'm trying to edit it, and it's all messed up.
So, last thing you heard from us was that we were
Zach
talking about
Levine's
Zach
going back
Levine,
to Chicago.
and we both think Zach Levine will end up back in Chicago. But now, let's talk about the...
Should end up back in Chicago, not will. Should.
Yes. So the last and biggest offseason story, in my opinion, is the Utah Jazz. They got a lot of moving pieces.
Blowing it up. Danny Ainge doing Danny Ainge things. Rudy Gobert out of here. Like third strike in baseball. Strike! That's an out.
So
Rudy Gobert's gone. Where's Rudy Gobert going, you may ask? Jacob, where's Rudy going? Atlanta! Atlanta has a trade offer. As you said earlier, it's a trade offer. It's literally legit. No, it's a rumor that they were offering Clint Capella, Herter, John Collins, and the 16th overall pick, which is entirely too much for Atlanta. You don't get better. You probably get worse. But if this is true and the Utah Jazz see this on their phone line, yes. Boom. You get all those guys in there.
I agree. Jazz have to take that if it is a legit offer because you win. Like 100%, you get better as a team. You're able to give Donovan a lot of pieces to want to stay and not ask for a trade. But other places that we both think that Gobert can end up are Dallas, San Antonio, Portland, Chicago, maybe even Toronto makes a play. But I think...
But that's not what we're talking about.
I think
we're talking about what his best fit is, and that is Dallas.
I agree. I think playing alongside Luka.
Dallas is his best fit. Congratulations, Utah. You found your baby, his next home.
So I think playing with Luka and those guards would be great. The sign and trade would probably have to include
Dinwiddie, Orkman, Josh Green,
Kleba.
You don't give up Kleba. Kleba, Luka, give me the ball. Luka, I got black eye in first round. Luka, I'm over here. I play defense on Kawhi very well. Luka, give me max contract, Luka. Oh, sorry, Luka. I asked for too much, Luka. You keep him. I mean, you're borderline trading Orkman.
I agree.
You're keeping Kyler Murray, for sure.
Yes, you keep in Brunson.
Kyler Murray?
Yeah.
You're probably trading Dinwiddie, Orkman. Dallas Bertans.
And
Josh Green. I think Tim Hardaway. And then a pick.
I think if you put Tim Hardaway in, you try to keep
You
Spencer.
try to keep him, but if you're not giving up Brunson in the deal,
Yeah.
heck.
I think Dinwiddie means a lot, though.
You're taking it.
That would be an awesome fit, and I think both teams will, it's pretty neutral trade. I think Dallas would end up better at the end of the day than Utah, just because you're giving a true lob threat vertical spacer with Luka, a great screen setter, and also a really good defender.
You're giving Orkman freedom. Come on, man. You know what he's gonna do with that?
Orkman played with the best passer.
Orkman.
But the other half of this equation is Donovan Mitchell.
Whoa, we can go back to that. Do they give up the X Factor?
What?
Frank Ntilikina?
Frank Ntilikina.
Did they give up the X Factor?
If Frank Ntilikina has a big game, they might win this series.
You guys should go back and watch all of our live streams over, literally start to finish, to learn all these backstories of these jokes.
So,
Donovan Mitchell, the second option. He's going to Miami because he was in Miami partying and working out with Bam Adebayo.
give
I
the
love
case.
it.
Give the case.
I love it because
I
they're
know.
going to be the best starting five in the gosh darn NBA.
Who they giving up?
Everyone.
Who's Miami trading?
Tyler Hero. You think Omer?
Yeah, I do.
I think Gabriel Vincent.
Yes. And then
Duncan Robinson, and if you even have a pick, you throw that in there. Try to get that done. Because if you can get that done and keep Vincent, keep Strussi, get Oladipo back, you're the best team in the NBA. And get a backup center, obviously.
Yes.
Because
Need a backup
Dwayne
center.
Dedmon's also like James Harden, decaying.
But along with that, I really like the New York idea. I think Donovan Mitchell would be a star in New York. He'd be back home. He would be in Madison Square Garden. He'd be the guy in the Mecca. And I think that the Knicks would have the ability to build around him
No.
and make a successful team.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Where's the center? I was thinking that too, low-key. What if they trade Kyrie? Swap Kyrie and Donovan? That's good. That's good, like tinfoil hats on.
Well, Kyrie does. So, I think Miami or Utah's his best fit. You're a little
I'm iffy about Miami.
exotic.
I just don't think he fits the culture. I don't think he...
You're also like, I don't want to get rid of you.
I don't want to lose...
I don't want Tyler going to Utah either. You know, there was rumors he broke up with his girlfriend. He didn't break up with his girlfriend.
There's rumors he cheated. He didn't.
Mm-hmm. He's no cheater.
He's a great guy.
He's a stud.
Yes.
Great man.
He's a dad.
Almost as good as Medeiros, but not quite.
Shout out Justin Medeiros. For you hoopers out there, look up Justin Medeiros and you will be entertained.
Yeah, if you're entertained by us, you'll definitely be entertained by him.
So, the last part of this equation comes down to the coaching search. Quinn. I'm going to give you the candidates real quick.
Quinn.
So, it's Frank Vogel, Terry Stotts, Johnny Bryant, Alex Jensen, Lamar Skeeter, Adrian Griffin from the Raptors, Kevin Young from the Suns, Will Hardy from the Celtics, along with Joe Mazzola from the Celtics. Then we got Chris Quinn, Josh's guy from Miami. We got Sean Sweeney from Dallas and Jason Terry from the G League Grand Rapids team. And lastly, Jerome Allen from the Detroit Pistons. So, out of all those candidates, Quinn is your favorite.
Quinn.
I love Chris Quinn too. He's a great guy, great coach.
I don't think he's leaving
And I don't think he's going to leave Miami.
I don't think he's leaving
Because
Miami.
I think he wants to win a ring.
You know why?
And next year Miami.
Because we don't get rid of anybody.
And then I think that the best candidate is one of the guys in house between Alex Jensen and Lamar Skeeter, just because they have relationships with Mitchell. And Mitchell staying is huge for Utah winning in the near future, depending on what Ainge decides to do. The selection of coach will determine where they go, though. Because I think if you pick somebody like a Frank Vogel or Terry Stotts, it's more, we're going to try to win now.
Quinn.
I think if you pick
Quinn's
the guys
the
in
future.
house and pretty much anyone else, they're going to build their own program and
Quinn's like-
from the ground up. And I think Donovan Mitchell would be on the move.
It's
if
like
that were
Marcus
the case.
Freeman. He's the future.
In the future.
He is the next Greg Popovich. Quinn.
But that is it about the Utah Jazz for me. You got any last points?
No.
No. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast.
This last like 5 minutes is probably your favorite.
So
fun. It's been like 45 minutes of our time.
We put a lot of work into this one. I hope you guys enjoy listening.
A lot of work.
Make sure to check out
Mental work.
GM Mondays with this guy right here, Josh. He has had 2 episodes so far.
And I bring this energy to it.
Next Monday, he's gonna have his next episode featuring the. Do you want to tell the people? No. They will. You have to tune in to see who he talks about. His last episode was on Monday, talking about the Knicks, and the week before he talked about the Suns. If you want more off-season content, check out the last podcast as we talked about the Orlando Magic. Check out the YouTube in general for more basketball content. And check out and follow us on Instagram, justhoops_bball. Check us out on Twitter, justhoops5. And we have a ton of different basketball content on all of our platforms. So make sure to follow us, make sure to share it, make sure to like it. Thank you guys for listening and being a part of the Just Hoops family as we continue to grow and chase 1K. So thank you for being part of our journey. Thank you for listening, and we will catch you in the next one. Peace. Great.